Okay, we're going to use maple. It's a really hard wearing material to put on the edge of this strip here, which is a softer wood, because we want a wearing strip along there. So we've got to separate off a piece of this. We could use a saw, or we could use something else. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a cutting gauge. Or I'm going to use a gauge to cut off a strip of this edge. First I'm going to set the gauge. So I'm going to set this. This is the gauge I'm going to use, and it's just, I don't know if you can see that. The cutting blade is just a little pin sticking out there, tiny little pin. It's been filed with a file on either side. Well, it's cut with one vertical and one slightly angled thing, so it's not meeting at a point like that, it's meeting at a point like that with a vertical piece. So the vertical piece is facing the job and the angled is facing the waist. So the first thing we do is to set it to the width, a bit larger than the width of this job. So this is a one-handed tool. Once it's roughly set, which it is now, I can adjust it by doing that. In, out, in, and I'm holding the job and checking it with that. So that's just over that. That's the width I want. This is the setting. Now I've got my piece of wood in here. I'm going to hold it again using the bench as a holding jig, which is what the bench is. It's a giant holding device. Now, this is sprung up above, we don't want that, so just enough so that as I press in, it doesn't move. So, that is now set. I've got an edge here which is overhanging the edge of the bench. I'm just going to run my down there. You want to start off quite lightly, not be too heavy, but you want to go back. Each time you go back, you can press a little bit harder. Be careful about the ends. Make sure I do the ends very well, because that's where once you've got the line established, not so bad. Just getting it established, in getting it established, what happens is the tool may pull itself, the fibres of the timber would pull the tool offline. So, yeah, I've got that thing. I could now work down that with a knife, a little bit, just to take it, and because I've already got a line there, this line, this knife will actually follow that line. So I'm going to go do the same on the other side, so slightly overhang the bench, squeeze a little bit up, not so much that it's going to pop, stay down. See, I start it. This hand is holding the job from coming in. So start gently. Start gently, second go, third one I'm right on it. third one right on it. Right, just going to run the knife down it again. Oh, that's moving. That's moving. Not moving much at all. Moving. She's separated that end. See, what you can see is you've got a cut edge on either side there with a centre core that's actually split away. So that will come away very nicely and will fit on the edge of my job here very cleanly. Thank you for listening.